Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whatever time zone you're in. My name's Claire Baker. I'm a former clutter-holic, and this is my video blog about my own clutter clearing journey that I'm on at the moment, which is related to weight clutter, the issues of which are very, very parallel if you are trying to clear your clutter in your home. Now, I shared a video last week about my weight loss journey, and this time last week it was a bit of a frustration because I had plateaued with my weight loss. That's what my counsellor described it as. I wasn't yo-yoing, I was plateauing. But I knew that if I just stuck with it, I would kind of get through that phase. There were reasons for it. I'd been away for the weekend. I'd eaten things that I wouldn't normally eat. So I had the understanding. This week, it's come good. I've lost 6 pounds, which in terms of stone is nearly half a stone, nearly a pound a day. So I'm really, really pleased with that. Feel like I've shifted again, which ultimately, shifting and sort of going up a gear rather than going in reverse is always going to be a good feeling. We feel like we're heading in the right direction. So I feel like that's a sense of achievement. That's also allowing for the fact that this week I haven't actually been to the gym because I've been helping my husband start up a new part of his business, which involves going to markets and having a market stall. My husband, Keith, is a traditional sign writer, and he's traditionally sign writing wall art, including Scrabble tiles, which are very trendy at the moment. And so he's selling these through local markets, and of course can't do that on your own, you need a bit of help, and he's no good with paperwork. So I deal with the practical bits, he makes the things. So it's been a very busy week, a lot of late nights helping him out in the evenings. So I was really pleased as well to have lost 6 pounds despite the fact that I haven't been to the gym. Although, as I know now, losing weight is 80% about what you eat, 20% about exercise. When I've tried to lose weight in the past, I've got those round the wrong way. I've spent 80% of my focus on the exercise and only 20% on the eating, so that when I gave up the exercise or had to stop it because of work, the weight went back on. This time, it's completely the other way. So it doesn't matter that I haven't been to the gym for a week. Obviously that affects my energy levels, and I enjoy going to the gym, and I have missed it, but it's not negatively impacting on my weight loss journey. I did also have a wonderful piece of carrot cake on Sunday because I was helping my husband on a stall at Leamington Spa Market, which is just up the road from where we are here. Absolutely freezing. I had 2 layers on my feet, 3 layers on my legs, 6 layers on my torso, and 2 layers on my head. 1 layer on my hands. I'm still cold. So at one point I said to him, can you go and see if there's a hot mince pie somewhere? I just want something hot. And he couldn't find a hot mince pie. He found a piece of carrot cake, and he knows I love carrot cake. So I had that, didn't feel guilty about it because I knew I'd been good with my eating for the rest of the week. And as the scales showed this morning, it didn't negatively impact. So again, the learning, the feedback I'm getting with each and every week is helping, really helping with the motivation. Now, you may know that when you're clearing your clutter, it is actually a journey. That's the biggest difference with how I help people clear their physical clutter in their home. It's a journey, not a one-off event, not a blitz, a journey. And what we're actually doing is it's a journey through a mountain range. Bad drawing alert, this is going to be a bad drawing. So each hill or mountain is a room with clutter in. And the number of hills or mountains in your mountain range will depend on how many rooms you have that you need to clear the cluttering. Some of us will have more mountains to climb than others. Now this is the same for me in terms of my weight loss. So I'm actually further down the mountain range. I'm nearly at the, I've just passed the sixth the sixth mountain on my mountain range. So this is where I am right now. This is the bit that I've struggled with. So that was my fifth mountain. I was plateauing, and I seemed to like this sixth mountain because I was going over it, and then I was going back again, and then I was going over it, and then I was going back again. And I described it as yo-yoing, but my counsellor described it as plateauing. Obviously, just like the view up here. It is the halfway mark, so I don't know whether that has some significance. I'm just taking a little bit of a break. I've used quite a lot of energy so far and time getting to this point, so I'm just enjoying the view. I have now set myself the sights of clearing the next mountain before the end of the year. So by the time I get to 2017, I want to be standing here on the other side of mountain number 7, because then I've only got 3 mountains left to scale next year, which is completely doable. I'm past the halfway mark. That's a really important thing. It is important as well to remind ourselves of just how far we've come when we have got several mountains or hills cleared in our journey, whether it be weight loss journey or whether it be physical clutter in our home. Because it can be frustrating and difficult and exhausting, and we can feel demotivated when we get to the end of the first mountain and think, yeah, I've cleared a room. Oh my goodness, now I've got to climb another one. Hang on, now I've got to climb another one. How many of these are there? That's why we can feel so overwhelmed by our clutter. And that's why a lot of my clients will get my help. Not because they can't follow the clutter clearing process, because they struggle with making time. And they particularly struggle with making time and feeling motivated when they know that there's still quite a bit of the mountain range that needs to be overcome. Because, you know, starting again is like, I've done this. You mean I've got to keep doing this? However, remember, when we're standing here at the beginning, we haven't cleared one mountain. We haven't even taken one step up it yet. At this point, we have no skills. We don't know how to do it. We don't know how to climb. Nobody's told us yet. We have no experience. That is really important because, for example, if you're climbing a mountain, you'll soon get to know and recognise what might be a loose rock so you don't put your foot on it. But here, we don't have that experience. We're probably going to put our feet on a few loose rocks and slip back down the mountain a bit. But the important thing is that that's an experience. Oh, okay. So what might it have been about that rock that I could have seen or known that that was likely to be a loose rock? What would have been a better option? The feedback is really important, so that next time we don't make the same mistake. We make another step up the mountain, closer to the end of the mountain range. And we have no habits here either. When we start, especially with our physical clutter clearing journey, we've got a habit of blitzing. We know blitzing doesn't work. Blitzing is not going to get us to the end of the mountain range. We've got to clear the clutter and we've got to learn the habits that are going to enable us to maintain it and stay there. You don't want to get to the top of this first mountain, clear half of the first room and then go, great, I'll stop doing it for a couple of months and then come back to it, because actually, if we don't maintain it, we're going to slip back down that mountain. Exactly the same with my weight loss journey. There is a reason why I'm telling you about the physical clutter. Because when I started my weight loss journey, I didn't have the skills. I didn't know the method. I didn't know that it's 80% about the food, 20% about the exercise. I didn't have the skills and the knowledge that I needed in order to lose that weight. I didn't have the experience. Yes, I'd been on Weight Watchers twice before. I knew that that was a negative experience, but I hadn't yet had a positive experience of losing weight easily and quickly. And I didn't have the habits. I didn't have the habit of going to the gym. I didn't have the habit of planning my meals as I do now. So again, it's really tough here. So if you're here, if you haven't even started your clutter clearing journey yet, whether it be weight loss or whether it be physical clutter, just know that there's a reason why it's really, really tough here. Now, yes, it's been tough for me on mountain number 6 on my weight loss journey, but because I do have the skills, because I do have the experience, and because I do have the habits, it was just a matter of being patient. Keep on doing the doing. And by sure, I got there, which was really good. And it's really valuable feedback. You know, I didn't realise that I would miss going to the gym. I didn't realise that actually, hang on a minute, my size 16 jeans are loose now. You know, I'm borderline size 14. I haven't been a borderline size 14, or I haven't been a size 14 since, gosh, 2001, 2002. So yes, so long time since I had that experience, and it's a good experience to have. And of course, I do have the skills because I'm doing all the right things and using the right method. So again, I've kind of just done this reassessment, got things into perspective. We can so easily say, oh, I'm going to give up, this isn't working. And whether that's with our weight loss or whether that's with our physical clutter in our home. But just kind of picturing it like this as you know, last week helped me to not even push on through, because that implies that it's hard work. It's not. Just keep doing what you know works. Do more of what works, less of what doesn't. So yeah, so I'm just gonna carry on. I know Christmas is coming up, but I'm very lucky I don't have the glutton of Christmas parties to go to tempt me. Although, to be fair, I am now at a point where I don't really want to drink alcohol. I would like one mince pie, but I'm not likely to want to eat loads of them because I know how the wheat and the carbohydrate make me feel really bloated, and I don't want that anymore. And these are all things that have evolved, habits, preferences that I've accumulated while I've been on my journey. Now, I must just quickly share, before I go, some of the lovely comments that people have put on last week's video blog, because I do appreciate everybody sharing. I love it. Just let me know I'm not alone. Please. We're all in this together. We'll get there. So, Jad has said, congratulations on at least maintaining your weight. You are doing wonderfully. God bless. Thank you. Blue Jay has said, great job, Claire. I think it is useful to remind ourselves in moments like these that being a new way of life, beginning a new way of life, it is less important in the immediate moment if things slow down a little sometimes. The most important is that you are still going in the same direction. Hear, hear, Blue Jay. I'm working my way ever so slowly with my physical clutter, and it is quite daunting to acknowledge the time it takes. Take care. Oh, couldn't agree with you more, Blue Jay. And hopefully this whole mountain range concept, you know, helps. Like you say, you may be going slowly, but you are still going in the right direction. And the reason why it's daunting is because you've not just got one mountain, you've probably got more than one. You've probably got more than one room that needs to be cleared. So if we understand the overwhelm and the dauntingness of it and why, I think that helps. I hope it helps, anyway. Anne Fricker said 6 days ago, and said, wow, well done, Claire, on your weight loss. Thank you. That's amazing. I'm flabbergasted that you say you still have another 5 stone to lose. I never thought you were carrying that much weight. Oh, bless you. Don't be despondent. You probably have plateaued, but you did eat out of the ordinary at the weekend. And as you say, that's okay, but maybe that's why nothing came off this week, which it was. But you may find a brief change like you described may just jolt your system, so that if you are back on track now, then next week you may find movement in the right direction. And I have. I am a clutterholic, and while at the moment I am not doing great, I keep watching your vids and I do I hear you telling me what I should be doing. For instance, I sorted some things out to take somewhere and thought, oh, I'll take those another day. When out loud I found myself saying, no, don't do it now and get it off your conveyor belt. Fantastic. So Claire, you are making a difference to my thinking. Thank you. Keep up your good work. You are amazing. Love you, Anne. No, absolutely. It's getting it off your conveyor belt. It's like, for me, it's kind of just doing the doing. It's getting the weight clutter off my conveyor belt. You say you're not doing great. I'm sure you are. I'm sure you're climbing. Doesn't matter if we're doing it in baby steps. We're doing it. Doing the doing is what needs to be done. Then 2 days ago, Anne said, more going off today. I have cleared 3 bags for charity collection on Monday. Oh, I hope they've gone, because it's Tuesday today. I had already sorted 1 bag, but when I returned home from work, there was a charity bag through the door. It's like a sign, isn't it? So it made me decide on my clutter clearing exercise for this weekend. Hence, I'm back on to listening to your vid. They keep me motivated. Many thanks. Oh, you're very welcome, Anne. Louis Moore has said, I enjoyed this vlog so much, so I subbed it. Oh, I don't know what that means. I'm not technical. I'll Google that, find out what you mean. I am so glad to see your story and hope you continue to make videos showing off your progress. Oh, I'm not trying to show off progress. My mission in life, I know that sounds very dramatic, but if you like, my mission in life is just to share. And because the more we know we're not alone, the easier it becomes to do something about it. And you know what? I've dealt with one issue that so many of you have got right now, the clutter in your home. I dealt with that back in 2001, and that is a very lonely and isolating challenge to have. Not a problem, challenge. And the weight loss as well. You know, it's been something that's been there all my life, and to finally get it, and it's not even about getting it under control, to finally reach a point where I go, oh, you know what? I deserve to be a healthy weight. I deserve to look in the mirror and be proud of the person that I see, not just because of what I do with my job and what I do in life, but looking after myself. And for me, looking in the mirror and seeing a fitter, healthier person, it just feels like it's more, this is me. It's me coming out. So it's, and I just hope that other people out there, I mean, I know that there are large ladies who are very comfortable in their skin and don't want to lose weight. That's absolutely fine. Again, it's like our clutter. If you don't feel that there's a problem, if you don't feel that it's affecting you or your life or your how you feel, great. There's no need to do anything about it. I get a lot of people who call and say, can you come and sort my wife out, please? She's got a problem with her clutter. And I go, does your wife or your partner want the help? And they go, well, no, I'm going to pay for it because it's a problem for me. And I go, I can't help you. If your wife or partner doesn't want the help, it will not work. It's exactly the same with weight loss. So if you don't have a problem with it, that's great. But that wasn't me. I knew that the weight was not necessarily holding me back, but I was hiding a bit behind it. And it was a good excuse for not doing things. And I would hate to get to the end of my life and think, I didn't make the most, I didn't do certain things because of the weight loss. Now, I don't want to jump out of a plane, but I'm going to take that as an example. At the weight I was, I wouldn't have had the choice. It wouldn't have been an option to throw myself out of a plane because I almost certainly would have been overweight. I couldn't have a Formula One driving experience day because I almost certainly wouldn't have fitted in the car. Now again, these are not necessarily things that I want to do. They're not on a bucket list or anything. Oh, I need to do a bucket list. But going up in a hot air balloon. I would love to go up in a hot air balloon. I think that would be an amazing thing to do. But again, with the weight that I was, I wouldn't have even considered that or paid for it, because I know there's a weight limit. So again, it's these little things, just feeling like actually giving myself more choices by clearing my clutter, both in my home and with my weight, just makes a difference for me in my life. When I cleared my physical clutter in my home, I genuinely believe that created the space, both physically in my home and in my head, for my now husband to come into my life. If I hadn't cleared my physical clutter, I would not be married now, and I would not be doing what I'm doing, and I'm very happy with my life now. So again, it's all these little things that you don't realise what a difference it makes until you are kind of either on the other side of your mountain range, or at least partway along your mountain range. You know, the changes and the things you notice are gradual as opposed to happen all at once. So if me sharing helps other people realise, you know, well, if Claire can do it, I can do it. And if you are ready to start your journey, whether it be physical clutter in your home or whether it be weight loss, then great. And just be aware that you will know when it is the right time. We can't force it either. If you are wanting to start your clutter clearing journey in terms of your physical clutter in your home, just be aware that this Thursday I am doing my monthly live clutter clearing session in the Clutter community. There is a link below where you can book your place, and you'll get a month's free access to the Clutter community, so you can continue watching recorded videos of me taking you through a clutter clearing session, a paperwork clutter clearing session, a sentimental clutter clearing session. But we'll do it live on Thursday by live video link, which means that you will be able to ask me questions and queries as you have them. If something I say doesn't make sense, you can ask me, Claire, what are you talking about? And you type your questions below the video screen. You get all the instructions once you've registered to join me on Thursday. So if you are at this point where you would like to start your clutter clearing journey on your physical clutter in your home, then maybe consider joining me on Thursday to do 4 hours of clutter clearing with my help and guidance. And I guarantee that by the end of that 4 hours, you will have taken your first tentative steps up that first mountain. Lovely. I've talked far too long already. I'm going to love you and leave you, and I will share an update next week. Fingers crossed that I'm part way up the 7th mountain on my journey. Let me know how you're getting on as well, and I will speak to you very soon. Take care. Bye bye.